He will never be the opposite. Pop, pop, beep, pop, boo. So, I know, another joint. I was gone like 20 minutes ago. Drove to my fucking people's crib, picked up the shit, came right the fuck back. And yeah, I'm smoking again. I'm sorry. I know. I'm not supposed to be. I'm supposed to be chilling out, because of my whole heart condition or whatever, bro. Whatever, bro. It is what it is. I'm gonna take these peptides and come back to life. So, I forgot what flavor this is. It's fucking great. Tastes good. Tastes like fucking fruit punch. So, here it is. I'm not going to show you no information. Fuck you. It has my information as well on it. So, let's see what it do. I shouldn't really even be smoking around these things. It's got to be in a very, fragile environment. You know what I'm saying? So I got to be careful not to rock it too much. How do you open this shit? What is it? Oh, it's like sealed again. Okay, let's see. What the fuck? This is a very weird way to seal the box. What the fuck? It's like sealed like on one side, but very strange. It's a very strange approach to sealing. It's a sealing box. Alright, here we go. Comes in a nice little bag. Little pouch. You know what I'm saying? Wait, lucky bastard. That's pretty cool. Got some coupons for next time. Boom. That's the brand. I'm not affiliated. This is my first time buying. They're called Pure. I'll just show you. Pure Raws. Lucky bastard. That's me. So, this shit ghetto as fuck. These are the same fucking Ziploc bags I got at the crib. Shout out to them, bro. Cool. They're doing their thing, bro. Whatever. So here we have. I'm gonna sanitize everything. Though, shut the fuck up. Whoever watches this, this guy's gonna get an infection. Shut the fuck up. Only sissies get infections, bro. Sensitive ass motherfuckers on fucking social media today, bro. Should be called sissy media, bro. I'm pretty sure this is the bacteriostatic water. It's the biggest vial. Damn, that's big, dude. There you go. That's what she said. How cute. 2 little. I have a whole box of these. They gave me 2. Oh, they actually give you insulin needles. Look at that, dude. That's pretty cool. I have a fucking shitload of them, though. So, boom. Fucking fire, dude. Nice. Beautiful packaging, bro. Not sure if it's clear or not. It's a nice little box. QR code. Fucking awesome, dude. It looks real nice so far, dude. Got 2 bottles of it. I'm trying to think of what it was called, the term when the peptide is in powder form. I think it was lipolytic, or lipolycal form. Let's look it up. I want to know these things because, when you're not versed on something and you don't properly know stuff, and then you fucking inject things into your body, like, come on, cuz. Like, the people that I buy this weed from in California, they have their own facility. They grow their own shit. Like, they can prove it. I've been on plenty of FaceTimes with them. They have a 30,000 square foot facility with grows, employees, staff, all types of shit. Lyophilized. Okay, so if it's the powder form of peptides is usually called lyophilized. How do you pronounce lyophilized? I just want to make sure I'm getting it right. You feel me? I like to have every specific detail of everything, bro. How to pronounce lyophilized. Boom, right here. Let's see what they got. Lyophilized. Okay, just one more time.
Lyophilized.
So now the powder form of peptides is usually called the lyophilized peptide or a freeze-dried peptide. Okay, so I'm guessing I don't know how that works. I'm new to this. I have no idea what I'm doing. But I'm gonna go ahead and I like to pull this part of the thing forward first. I like to break the box. I like to push the little latch forward and then bring it up, just like any other packaging that comes in a box form with like this little thing right here. I like to keep the box in good condition. I don't like to be sloppy with it. So this is here's the magic part. It's actually like a solid, like it's not like moving and shit. So there it is. What I showed you guys in the CJC 1295 with DAC, with Ipamorelin, and GHRP2. I'm so excited, dude. So can this bottle fit? All right, hold on. I always have issues fitting things and things. Numbers are different. Let me see. That's what she said. So this should be the bacteriostatic water. Jesus, that's a lot. Holy fuck. I did not think it was going to be that big. Holy crap. Bacteriostatic water. This is what you mix with the lyophilized version of the peptide to make it a regular peptide. Right? So bam, bacteriostatic water and a goddamn peptide. So you have to put it into the little rubber slits on the side of the bottle, which means I'm going to have to like look up some videos again, guys. Hey, isn't that fun? Because now it's finally fucking here. So I'm getting to fucking work. This is going to make me get like better healing properties. My skin's going to add up elasticity to it. It's going to help with collagen production. It's going to help with neural stuff. It's going to help with everything, bro. Internally, like with even like parts of your DNA are going to be affected by this because CJC 1295, pituitary gland, boom, stimulate the whole growth hormone and the excretion of it. The GHRP, growth hormone releasing peptide. It's a peptide that makes you release more growth hormone. Growth hormone helps you with so much stuff with your joints, injuries, everything, bro. Your blood, your glucose levels, your insulin sensitivity, all that shit gets affected by more growth hormone in your body. So the more that you stimulate the thalamus and the pituitary gland, did I say that right? The thalamus? The hypothalamus. The hypothalamus and the pituitary gland, they're like friends and shit. So man, now that I have this here, I'm nervous, dude. I'm fucking. I believe if I put, this is 6 milligrams. So if I put 6 milliliters into this, will be, it would make it every single unit in the syringe would be 100 micrograms, right? This is where it gets confusing. All right, so look, you know what? I'm going to show you guys something. It's called Peptide Calculator. Let me share this Grazini with you. Let me show you something. I'm excited. Where am I? New tab? Sure, whatever. Fucking Peptide Calculator right there. First fucking thing right here. Boom. I've been there, done that. Let's do this. So, boom. Okay, so I have a 1 ml, right? And I want other. Select peptide vial quantity. So the peptide vial quantity, it's 2 milligrams per each one, right? So it's the vial, select peptide vial quantity. There's 2 milligrams of each, right? So this is a 6 milligram blend because it has 3 compounds, 2 milligrams each. That's 6. So boom, 6. How much bacteriostatic water are you adding? Other, I'm gonna put 6 ml. Oh, you don't have to put that on. Okay, so 6 ml. How much of the peptide do you want in each dose? 300 micrograms. Yeah, so I would just put I would just put it up to the 30. Boom. I'm so good at this. So 6 milligrams of lyophilized. How is it? Lyophilized, whatever. This part of the peptide has 6 milligrams all in total. I'm going to put 6 milliliters of this bacteriostatic water, which is kind of like sterile water, but it has different properties. I heard that bacteriostatic water is a lot safer when it comes to infections and whatever the fuck, and actually carrying the peptide and stuff. And it also helps with supposedly if you use sterile water, I believe when you use, because you can see it in the stores, it'll say sterile water, and they'll also have the bacteriostatic water. So I went with this one because sterile water, I believe as soon as you use the sterile water, like let's say if I were to open this and it was sterile water, I would have to use all of this within a couple hours, I think, or days. Bacteriostatic water has a longer shelf life, so it lasts longer. You could once I constitute this to this and add this liquid to this peptide to make it injectable, I have to put that into the fridge, and I gotta use it within about maybe a couple weeks. But The reason why it's a couple of weeks and not a couple of hours or days is because it's bacteriostatic water. I know the research is out there. I've seen plenty of videos on it. So, you might get one or two that disagree and they say sterile water, because I have some people that I follow that actually say, oh, I use sterile water because blah, blah, blah. But those are the people that are injecting every single fucking day or every fucking 3. Some people inject peptides 3 to 5 times a day. It's ridiculous because the half-life for some of these things, like, for example, I have CJC 1295, right? I got to cut. Oh, no, my nails are fine. That was just a video. CJC 1295, right? If it didn't have the DAC, if this is CJC with DAC, that's what they call it. CJC with DAC. You see real small, it says with DAC. Okay, I can't see shit in there. Right there under CJC, it says with DAC. That's drug affinity complex. It it adds a shelf life. A shelf life is just how long something can last at its optimal level without degrading completely and without being actually harmful to a human if used. Basically like food. A shelf life for milk is 30 days. Once you pass that 30 days and you go to 40 days, that milk ain't going to be no good for you. The nutrients, that's actually not even really in there. The nutrients and all that other stuff, the bacteria now has gone bad. It's spoiled, whatever. Doesn't matter if it was at a temperature. Doesn't matter. So everything in life, like compounds, anything made in a laboratory, like the food and milk that we drink, and these things right here also have shelf lives. So CJC with DAC has a longer shelf life because it has DAC. DAC is the drug affinity complex that adds shelf life to it, like I said earlier. So now if you have CJC 1295 on its own, that right there only lasts, I think, more like 30 minutes. Like, I think it's literally like a 30-minute to an hour half-life, which means you only have it in your system for like 2 to 4 hours. That's fucking wild. That means if you wanted to get the benefits 100% of CJC alone, you would have to inject like 2 to 3 times, maybe 4 times a day, depending on how much you want like to be affected by this compound. So because I got the one with DAC, I was like, I don't want to be pinning my stomach and my back and my ass like fucking 5 times a day, bro. That's fucking wild, bro. I'm gonna have spots everywhere, and I just don't like needles like that. Steroids for me was already a pain in the ass because the pain in the injections, the intramuscular ones, and the glutes and stuff. I got hospitalized twice because it was so much fluid that it wouldn't get like secreted into the muscle or like absorbed into the muscle correctly. So like by the time my other injection would come, I'm here filling up another syringe on top of the oil, and sometimes I'd hit the same spot. It was bad. So I hated the injections. I hate that shit. These luckily are really small needles. These are insulin syringes. So I'm gonna open one. I'm not gonna use the one that I opened from smoking, obviously. I just opened it with a fork. So just so you can see what the needle looks like. This is what the needle looks like. It has 100 units. 100 units meaning depending on how you measure it, each one will be a different number. Like I said, if you look at this calculator, you can actually change the numbers here. So let's say if I wanted to have, let's say they even have the 3 different size syringes that a lot of people have. If I wanted to have every dose to be 100, for example, I'll press 100. All you gotta do is go to 10 units because why? Because look, you put an even number of milliliters to milligrams. So milliliters is in liquid, which is volume, I believe, and then the milligrams is in weight. So I believe they're both like measured differently, but they actually come out to the same if they're like even. So 6 milliliters to 6 grams, and you want 100 micrograms. Let's say if you want each dose to be 1,000, where do you think it's going to be? At 100, 1,000 micrograms. Boom, it's going to be at 100. Why? Because each one is 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900. Because 6 and 6, it's even. So look at the size of this needle, man. It's fucking. Where is it? Right here. Boom. What the fuck's that on my hand, dude? Look how small that shit is. I'll use my shirt instead. Boom. It's tiny. You just get your stomach, you pinch it, bloop, fill the shit in there, bro, and you're done. I'm gonna bend this one so I don't fucking use it. So this is trash. But anyways, I'm excited as fuck, dude. I might have to make a separate video to like reconstitute it because I want to clean up. I want to fucking sanitize everything real good. I want to finish smoking. But yeah, man, here it is. The motherfucking peptides, bro. What I've been waiting for like a whole 8-9 days for. I thought I was gonna wait longer, to be honest with you, because they said it took 4 days to get the box packaged and dropped off, and then it takes about 8 to 12 days. So it took me only 8 days to get it. So it was 4 days to get it to the box and 4 days to bring it. So it's not that bad, and it's not from a different country like a lot of peptide brands. These are actually made here in America. So it's the shipping's chilling. It's not that bad. It's free shipping over 100. I don't work with these guys. This is my first time buying from them. They just had the one that I specifically wanted because I wanted to get the most out of my injections. So the fact that this has 3 different fucking compounds in it, that's why I went with this one. Also because I did research on actual HGH. Not only is it super expensive, the direct HGH compound, that molecule, that peptide, it has way more side effects than these little fragments of HGH. So basically, when you're directly taking HGH, you're taking the actual molecule HGH that like is produced in the pituitary gland, right? So with that comes a lot of side effects. Like remember, HGH, human growth hormone, makes you grow like in every aspect possible. For example, like a lot of bodybuilders that take HGH like directly, like let's say like 5 IUs a day, you know, IUs are international units, which for human growth hormone, you know, that's a lot. So that literally, like what the doctors explain, that if you have a tumor in your body somewhere, or a growth or a lump or something, and it's let's say a benign tumor. A benign tumor means that it's cancer, it's a tumor, but it's not harmful. It's not going to kill you. It's just going to sit there and rot with you, and it's just going to die off. Eventually, maybe the body will eat it up or whatever. So the when you take HGH in an improper way, and you don't know how to cycle it, or you don't know how to you just don't know how to balance everything out as far as the other things that you're taking as well, or just the fact that you're making a tumor grow, you know, and if it would have stayed the same size, it would have been fine, right? And if you just would have worked out and been disciplined and fucking, you know, dialed in your fucking diet, you know, maybe you wouldn't need that shit. But some people they get this ego thing where they just want to be bigger and bigger, and some people just aren't built to be big. So when they find out, oh, I can inject human growth hormone into my fucking arm and fucking grow as a human, grow taller, grow bigger bones, and look just fucking more manly. Yeah, you can do that. But it comes at a cost, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no fucking cheat code in life to look great, to feel great, to be the best looking, to be the strongest, to be the best man, and then not have fucking prices to pay, bro. There's a price to pay for everything that we want in life, bro. You guys have to understand that. Me right now, I'm at risk because I'm only taking testosterone and masterone and then the peptides, and I'm at 35. But I've had so many issues already, and I don't have good genes. I don't have good health. My fucking family's health is terrible. You know, I don't come from good genetics. So like that's already against me, you know. So you can make that tumor grow, and once you make it grow, it'll go from benign to malignant in weeks. And then you'll start feeling side effects. And then when they go to actually take a biopsy of the fucking of the tumor, you find out now that it's cancerous, but it's actually doing harm now, and it's eating at your good cells and taking all your energy away from you. So it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's smart to, you know, do your research on stuff, man. So the thing is, all right, so remember, a peptide is a chain of amino acids, right? The amino acid chain, specifically as human growth hormone, there's different ways to modify it, you know, in a laboratory, to where the point is, like, let's say they can get a fragment of it. There's actually one called HGH frag, like 159 something, I don't know. And it's literally a fragment that's been modified of the chain of amino acids that make human growth hormone. And what they do to do that is they do that to mitigate the side effects that it would have to, you know what I'm saying, as far as like human growth hormone. Like I said, the whole growing of the tumors and the growing substantially really, really large amounts, that is like minimized, but you still get the good effects without the bad side effects as high if you were to take HGH. So basically, like, for example, this right here, this is not human growth hormone. What this does is it causes an enzymatic reaction in my body that sends to the pituitary gland for me to release my own naturally produced human growth hormone. So this is better because it's modulated by the body, it's controlled, it's in a safe environment because it's produced by you. You know, if you go and you get an HGH molecule that's made in a laboratory, your body, for one, automatically knows that that's not authentically HGH. It knows it. The body knows when testosterone is getting into the body through a needle, right? Because your nuts shut down, right? So your body's not stupid. You're always going to think that you're ahead of the game, but your body's been there, done that. It knows exactly what the fuck you're going to do before you do it. And it's going to show you, hey, listen, I told you, don't fucking play with me. The body's a well-oiled machine. It is perfect the way it is. We just want to advance it and enhance it and make it better and bigger because we have an ego and we're fucking insecure, and that's just the way life goes. You know, it's always a competition to look the best, be the strongest, and all that shit. You get what I'm saying? So it's a curse, man. But you know, we're only here once. Like they say, oh, why would you do that to your body if you're only here once? All right, but why would I be sad, miserable, and not be happy in my own skin with this one chance that I get? I might as well look as good as possible, whether it costs me a little bit of years or not. In fact, who the fuck wants to live to 90 years old anyways, dude? To be sitting in a chair or in a home abandoned by your family, unable to move, unable to do shit? Fuck that. I'd rather fucking look good while I'm here alive. Why would I want to be a fat slob, 350 pounds, 400 pounds, eating shit with 6 chins, bro? No, that's not me. Fuck, people have like hard times breathing, like going up like to their kitchen. if I can open the fridge, what am I gonna eat today? Like, fuck off, bro. You know what I'm saying? So this fucking conversation went from fucking me being excited to this to be me being mad at fat people. So these come in such crazy cool little boxes, bro. I love it. The quality, it's there, bro, you know? So as soon as I fucking finish smoking, which I'm gonna stop already, my throat hurts. That's crazy, but it's so clean. So yeah, man, I'm definitely gonna fucking enjoy this, bro. So which means I gotta look up more videos, you know, regarding CJC or whatever. I'm excited, dude. So I'm gonna actually look up some videos. It's been 20 minutes already. That was the unpackaging and the unboxing of the bacteriostatic water and the peptides. This wasn't that expensive, bro. I would say I spent about, like, I'd say $200 total, maybe less, because they gave me with a discount because the shipping was free. So it doesn't look like much, you know what I'm saying? Like, bam, here's the peptide. Here's the bacteriostatic water. I'm going to add 6 mLs of this to the 6 milligrams of this, and it's going to create 12 milligrams total, which I'm going to be taking 3 right here. Look, on this fucking calendar, in this calculator, I'm going to be taking up to the 30. So I'm going to be taking 30 micrograms per day, every day before bed, because also HGH, human growth hormone, actually helps with your quality of sleep, but it actually helps with the quality of the REM sleep, the rapid eye movement sleep, which is actually your deep sleep. When you get into your deep sleep, that's when your body fully rests. It fully recovers. It sends out the right signals to, you know, your body to heal things. It sends where the people where it needs to be. When you go to sleep and you don't reach that sleep, you don't fully get into like recovery mode. You don't ever like reach autophagy if you're fasting. So like that's another thing about fasting. If you don't get that sleep, you could be fasting all you want, but you're getting 3-4 hours of sleep. You're completely like going backwards in the process of the healing properties of being in a fasted state, you know, which is being in ketosis. So, you know, a lot of people think that being in ketosis means just, you know, no carbs and stuff. Like, you can actually overeat protein. Like I said in another one of my videos, you know, if you have a surplus of protein, your body gets those amino acids that are left over, breaks them down, like I told you, and it actually turns them into carbohydrates because they're easier to break down. So, and because you have more space in your body for carbohydrates than you do for protein. So remember, the muscles are 72% what? Water, not protein, bro. So it's a lot of science behind this shit, bro. It took a lot of years of me researching things, me fucking up, me messing up my body, just so that I can have the experience to do it right, man. Even my son's like, damn, I want to do these things. I'm like, yeah, well, you know what I'm saying? Now steroids, but peptides and things for like longevity, like nootropics and things that are like to help like with healing properties and shit like that. Yeah, sure, I don't mind, but not now. He's too young. I'd say when he's 18, and if he shows me that he's really into fitness and he shows me that he stays with these sports things, he stays physically active, he stays, you know, with discipline and stuff like that when it comes to like dieting and food and stuff like that. And like, I want to see progress in his life, like personally, to see how his character is before I get him into something that's so bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be addicting. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was waiting for this shit like a junkie, dude. It was crazy. And when I saw that shit was on, that it was out for delivery this morning, my whole mood changed. It was crazy as fuck. It was like if I was getting ready to go buy drugs or something. So, you know, like, because the thing is, you can get him into just the peptides, but then the peptides can, you know, also lead to other things. You know what I'm saying? He might want to fucking feel like, you know, well, it's not enough, and I want to look like this guy. Because once he starts getting involved into the gym by himself on peptides, like at a later age, he's going to feel great. He's going to look great. And he's going to go to gyms and he's going to see people that are on a lot of steroids that look really big. And he's like, yeah, I want to look like that though. And then, you know, the ego's going to kick in. He's going to be like, you know, I think I'm old enough to try it, blah, blah, blah. Not understanding that I wish I can go back to the age where he's at 12 years old and like start being consistent now so that I can work out using the real, authentic testosterone of me being a boy going through puberty, because that's the most authentic and most potent testosterone that a man can ever have. It's the one where he's hitting puberty and he's growing up, turning into a man. If he diets properly and exercises, all that does is accelerate that, and it'll spike it and it'll keep it at high peaks. So his testosterone is through the roof, you know what I'm saying, at this age, because I've been helping him with his meat diet, you know, cycling the carbs properly, keeping him active. He does baseball. He wants to get into like biking and stuff like that. And also he does, and he goes to the gym with me 4 or 5 days a week. You know what I'm saying? I'll go to the gym in the morning to get mine out the way, and then I'll pick him up from school, go straight there, boom, work out again. And I'll make sure I have him on the same schedule as me. So it's you know, if he shows me that he's consistent with it, bro, like, you know, he's gonna have results. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way for him not to get any results. I'm gonna actually get his blood work done. I'm gonna check his biomarkers, you know, his lipids, his everything, but lipid profile, his liver enzymes. I'm gonna check everything, see how he's doing. I'm gonna do everything that I did wrong. You know what I'm saying? So I also want to get if you guys have the time to ever look into it, it's called a genetic methylation test. It's a test where you basically testing like your DNA to see, all right, when you take a vitamin, like let's say vitamin D, your body has to accept that and it has to methylate it. I don't know what the fuck that means. I think it's like break it down to absorb it into the body, right? So it has to, there's a process of methylation, you know what I'm saying? That's all I know. So the test is, you can look up Gary Breckel. He's really smart with this shit. He actually does it himself at the facilities. He's known for like being he's like a neuroscientist or a neurodoctor, but he's also really into like longevity and like, you know, healing the human body and whatnot. He's really smart. He's fucking awesome, dude. I love that guy. So he he talks a lot about a genetic methylation test where you check to see what your body, not what your body is just deficient in, so that you can supplement for your deficiency. Because a lot of people take vitamins and minerals, and like I said, you don't even know if you have too much of that or not. You have too much vitamin D, it's bad for you. You have too much vitamin A, it's bad for you. You can actually overdose on vitamin, I think A, because it's like when you eat a lot of liver, a lot of people get vitamin A poisoning. So you can get, you know, adverse effects from supplementing incorrectly. A lot of people don't understand that. So in order for you to know what your body is not methylating properly to be absorbed in the body, obviously if the body is not methylating whatever you're putting in, that means that the body's not absorbing it. So that automatically defines a deficiency in that said mineral or vitamin, right? So it's just easy. It's just basic. Once you break it down the proper way, it's simple to understand. So if you take that test will tell you what vitamin or mineral you're not able to methylate properly, like folic acid, magnesium, phosphorus, everything, bro, everything. You know what I'm saying? So that way, when you get that test result, they will tell you, look, you're deficient in this, and this because you can't methylate it. So then now what you could do is you could start taking trimethylglycine. Let me show you. So I started taking trimethylglycine. Where is it? Right there. Trimethylglycine. I'm going to read what it says. This has to do with adding. All right, there's specific groups of methylations. You know what I'm saying? Like every group is for like every specific vitamin or mineral or whatever the fuck has to be methylated in order for the body to absorb it, right? So this right here, it says, look, trimethylglycine is the amino acid glycine with 3 methyl groups attached to it, sometimes referred to as the methylated glycine. It plays a major role in the body as a methyl donor, since it can donate a methyl group to help support healthy homocysteine levels. We can get into that too. But anyways, basically what that means is this right here adds 3 methyl groups. It has 3 methyl groups attached to it. So when you take this, it has 3 methyl groups, which can help to methylate more and help the body process more vitamins and minerals. Now, you'd have to also take this with, I forgot what, man. I think it was NMN. Their names are ridiculous. Like, that one's so hard to fuck. It's like niacinamide, no secabinga, bro. That shit. Those just get really technical, real scientifically. And that bottle right there is $10 fucking, dude. So I'm gonna what's expensive is the NMN, because what happens when you take NMN with TMG, trimethylglycine, you get NAD. NAD is like the cure to like everything in life. It's supposedly the best anti-aging, age-reversing compound like in the world, and it's produced by the body. But with our weak diets and our horrible fucking habits, that shit declines just like testosterone and human growth hormone in the body over the years, and very, very quickly. That shit is like, you know, like DNA status, like healing type shit. Like you inject NAD properly and from a right source, bro. Supposedly, man, that shit can make you look like you can do blood work, and they'll tell you the age of your body as far as internally. Like they'll tell you the health range. Like it's like a grade from A to F. You know, they'll tell you, hey, your blood is like of a 41-year-old. Or some shit like that, you know, and you'll be 32. You'll be like, damn. So like, you know, all the drugs, the bad dieting, all that shit, dude, like that shit fucking, it adds years to your life, man. So these type of things like NAD, they get down to a cellular healing level, which means like you're healing from the inside out. Like you're literally not like taking a pill in your stomach that's getting broken down and barely making effects, or taking injections to muscles. I said muscles, you know, that are only going to be affected like systemically. You know, this is like deeper than systemically. This is like fucking like literally on like a DNA level. Like to be able to like fuck with your fucking DNA, like that's just a fucking another level of like, I can't even describe it. I'm lost for words on it. I just completely paused about it because I'm like, fuck. Like I don't even know how to describe the level that those type of compounds are on. I just need to get NMN, but you have to like pay like $60-$70 a bottle for like a month. So it's like subscribing to like something for $70 a month. This is $10. The precursor, the one that helps the other one make NAD, is the one that's expensive and the one that's hardest to find and get and source, right? That's crazy. And it's the same brand. The same brand that makes it double wood supplements, they make the NMN that I need, but they won't fucking sell it for cheap. They'll sell this for $10, but the one that you really need, they'll sell it to you for $80 a bottle, and you have to pay monthly. So it's wild, dude. It's a business, but this is why you can clearly see that it's for a reason. It obviously works, or there's obviously a great effect of it, because why would it be expensive? Retatrutide is another peptide I'm going to get into, but it's like $700 for like a month. And then you have to do it for like 2 to 3 months. So you have to have about $2,000 to waste on this one little fucking thing. It's one of these. Boop. You might have like 2 bottles for 3 months, but $700 fucking $800, dude. So per month. So come on, that's fucking wild. And the reason why it's priced like that, because it fucking works. Everyone that does studies on retatrutide, forget about it. There was just one guy who dialed in his diet real fucking solid. He was like into competing and stuff, so he was really disciplined. The dude lost 25 pounds of only fat. He maintained and actually grew as far as percentage of muscle mass, like his actual muscle tissue. And as far as his fat content, he dropped 25 pounds of body fat like that in a month. It was like 31 days. I was like, there's no way, dude. It's expensive and it works, but it's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't diet with it, you're not gonna get his results. You get me? If you sit there and you be a fat bitch and you don't do nothing about your life, I'm sorry, you ain't gonna get the results that you think you're gonna get. Sorry. But I definitely want to take a shower, and it's been 30 minutes, so yeah, I don't want to keep doing these long videos. So I got my shit. We're gonna do this. Wiki. I'm excited, dog. Fuck yeah. All right, guys. Later. I'll see you later. Maybe I'll inject today. And if I do, I'll do that shit live as fuck. Those.